Hi, I'm Boss City Brian, here with my look at the Dick Van Dyke Show, the iconic TV comedy that is on my list of top 30 favorite TV shows of all time. The Dick Van Dyke Show debuted on CBS in 1961 and ran for 5 seasons. Carl Reiner created the show inspired by his years as performer and writer on Your Show of Shows. The story centered around Dick Van Dyke as Rob Petrie as he spent his days as head writer on a variety show, and also his home life with wife Mary Tyler Moore, and their young son Richie, played by Larry Matthews. Morey Amsterdam and Rosemary were his co-writers on the fictitious Alan Brady show. Richard Deacon, as producer Mel Cooley, played straight man to the comedy writers. It was a perfect combination of workplace comedy and domestic sitcom. When the main character works with professional comedy writers, jokes are always flying and conversations are always full of humor. And Rob Petrie had a boss, Alan Brady, the star of the variety show. He was a boss as head writer. He was also a husband, and he was a father. By combining these roles in different proportions, the storylines were endless. The show is considered one of the best written shows of all time, which I certainly agree with. Even though it did have some clunkers among the 158 episodes, but the show was so excellent. And it cleverly utilized flashbacks to tell different events in Rob and Laura's life, like when they met, when they got married, their honeymoon, when Rob got hired on the Alan Brady show, their son's birth, and many more. I can't really think of another show that used flashbacks to that extent and that effectively. Creator Carl Reiner and the main cast decided to end the show while it was still in the top 20. Reiner, Van Dyke, and Moore all could hear feature films calling. Although Dick Van Dyke was one of the first TV stars to have success in feature films while still starring in a TV series with hits like Bye Bye Birdie and Mary Poppins. Because I was only 4 years old when the show left the air, I first remember seeing the show when the reruns were airing on CBS daytime lineup, which ran until 1969. You know, there's so many classic episodes that I enjoy. It's hard just to, pick out one or two, but a couple that come to mind are the episode where Richie asks his parents where he came from. And so using flashbacks, Rob tells the story of when Laura was pregnant, and Rob is afraid that he won't be able to wake up when Laura's ready to go to the hospital, so he sleeps in his suit. And the whole episode is a tour de force performance by Dick Van Dyke, where bumbles the whole exercise, and the laundry delivery driver ends up taking him to the hospital. So that's a classic. And then the other one that comes to mind is the episode where they flash back to their honeymoon, and they're in their hotel room, and Laura wants to take a luxurious bath, and while she's in the bath, she gets curious about whether her toe would fit into the bath's water faucet. She sticks her toe in the faucet and can't get it out. Rob can't rescue her because the door's locked. And so that's how they spend their honeymoon night and their attempts to rescue her. So that's a classic. But what about you? Do you have any favorite episodes of Dick Van Dyke? If you do, please list them in the comments. And also, while you're at it, please like and subscribe. But I want to thank you so much for watching. This has been Boss City Brian. And until next time, more than likely I'll be tripping over the ottoman. Many blessings. Bye for now.